This is your everyday English class.
Hello! Welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna.
And my name is Brian.
Before we start, we want to challenge you. Yes, a real challenge. Stay with us for the next 20 minutes, all the way to the end of the episode.
Because if you do, you'll notice a real difference in your English. Your listening will improve, your confidence will grow, and you'll understand how real airport conversations actually sound.
Most learners only watch half of a lesson and stop. But if you stay until the end, you'll already be ahead of most English students.
So accept this challenge. Give yourself this short moment today. It will make your next trip and your English much easier.
Before we begin, tell us in the comments where you're from. We love seeing people from all over the world learning together.
And make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's free, it supports our work, and it guarantees you don't miss any new lessons that can help you improve every week.
Today's topic is extremely practical, real-life English at the airport.
We'll help you understand the phrases, the questions, the conversations, and the cultural habits you will hear at any airport in an English-speaking country.
So sit back, relax, and stay with us until the end. Let's begin.
Hi, excuse me, is it okay if I sit here? The other chairs are full.
Of course, go ahead. No problem at all.
Thank you. I always feel a little awkward looking for a seat in airports.
Me too, honestly. It's always a strange moment. Are you waiting for the Toronto flight?
Yes, GA278. You too?
Yes, same one. We'll be here for a little while.
Are you traveling for work or vacation?
I'm visiting my sister. First time traveling internationally. And I'm still learning English, so everything feels big.
I totally understand, but you're speaking really well. Keep going. You're doing great. Thanks. I hope so. I've been checking my boarding pass like 10 times already. I'm scared I'll miss something important.
That's normal. Everyone in airports does that, even native speakers. Let me see. Your gate is 32A, right?
Yes, it says Gate 32A. But sometimes I get confused. Is the gate number always written on the boarding pass?
Usually yes, but sometimes they change it. That's why people keep checking the screens every few minutes.
Okay, so checking is normal. I'm not being dramatic.
Not at all. You're just being careful.
Good to know. Can I ask something? I always hear words like board, boarding time, boarding zones, but I never really understood what they mean clearly.
Absolutely. Ask anything. So, boarding just means entering the plane. Boarding time is the time they allow you to start walking onto the plane. And zone is just the boarding group, like Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3.
Ah, so it's not complicated.
Exactly. People think it's complicated because everything happens quickly.
Makes sense. And what if I don't hear when they call my group?
Just watch the people around you. When people stand up, you stand too. Or you can ask, "Excuse me, are they boarding Zone 3 now?"
That's a useful sentence. You know, I never know how to ask things naturally at airports.
That's completely normal. Here are other simple questions you can use. Is this the right gate for GA278? Is boarding already started? Do I need to show my passport here?
These are perfect. Actually, I might write them down so I don't forget.
Go ahead, writing helps.
Done. Another thing, sometimes the staff says things too fast. What can I say if I don't understand?
Easy. Sorry, could you repeat that? Or, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Didn't catch that. I love that one. Sounds natural.
It is. People say it all the time.
And if I need help, like if I'm not sure where to go?
Then just say, "Excuse me, can you help me find my gate?" Or, "Could you point me in the right direction?"
Point me in the right direction. Nice.
Another one is this the correct line for boarding?
That one is very useful, especially because I always think I'm standing in the wrong line.
Welcome to the club. Everybody thinks that.
Really?
Yes, nobody knows what's happening in airports. That's the truth. We're all pretending we know.
That makes me feel better. I thought I was the only confused person here.
Definitely not.
Do you travel a lot?
A little, maybe a few times a year. Enough to not panic anymore, but not enough to be an expert.
I see. What do you usually do while waiting? I never know what to do.
I usually check my documents, drink some water, read something, listen to music. Mostly, I wait.
So I'm doing it right then. I've checked my passport like 40 times.
That's what everyone does. By the way, do you know the difference between a boarding pass and a ticket?
Not really.
Your ticket is your purchase. You bought the flight. Your boarding pass is the document you use to enter the plane.
Oh, that makes sense. But people use the words like they mean the same thing.
Yes, a lot of people confuse them, but the boarding pass is the important one at the airport.
Good to know. Do I need to keep it in my hand when we start boarding?
Yes, keep it ready. The staff likes when you are prepared.
Okay, I'll be ready then. Another question. If my flight gets delayed, what do I do?
Just wait. Most delays are short. If it's a big delay, the staff will explain. You don't need to do anything unless they tell you something specific.
Good. And what if they cancel the flight?
Then people usually go to the airline counter. But don't worry, cancellations are much rarer than delays.
Good to know. And if something changes, like the gate?
Then you can ask, "Excuse me, has the gate for GA278 changed?" Or, "Is the new gate still 32A?"
These are really helpful phrases. Thank you for explaining everything so clearly.
You're welcome. It's no problem at all. And like I said, your English is good. You just need confidence.
I feel that. Talking to you makes me less nervous.
I'm glad. That's what makes airport waiting easier, talking to someone.
True. Sometimes I want to talk to people, but I don't know how to start the conversation.
You're not alone. But starting a simple conversation is easy if you focus on shared situations.
Like what?
Like, "Is this the gate for the Toronto flight?" Or, "Do you know what time we board?" Or, "This airport is really busy today, right?"
Oh, that's smart. Talking about the same situation feels natural.
Exactly. No pressure.
And then the conversation grows.
Yes, just like now.
True. By the way, I see people holding different kinds of passports. Does that matter here?
Not really. Everyone just needs a valid passport. Some countries need visas, but if you're already here, you're probably fine.
I checked everything 3 times before leaving home.
That's the right thing to do.
What about boarding groups? Mine says Zone 3. Does that mean something important?
It just means you'll board after zones 1 and 2. It's not a big deal. The boarding order doesn't change anything inside the plane.
Good to know. Sometimes it sounds complicated.
It's not. It's just organization.
Okay. Another thing I'm curious about. Sometimes when people talk at the airport, they use expressions like carry-on, personal item, and check a bag. Can you explain those?
Sure. Carry-on is the bag you take with you inside the plane. Personal item is a smaller thing like a backpack or purse. Check a bag means giving your suitcase to the airline so it goes under the plane.
Clear and simple. I like your explanations.
Thank you.
Do you think we'll board on time?
Probably. The staff looks relaxed. When the staff looks stressed, then you worry.
That's a funny metric.
It works.
Okay. You know, I always feel like everyone else knows exactly what to do, and I'm the only one confused.
Trust me, nobody knows what to do. Airports are confusing for everyone.
Really?
Yes. People just follow signs and hope for the best.
That makes me feel much better.
Good.
This is the first time I've had such a calm moment in an airport.
Sometimes the waiting area is the best part. You sit, relax, breathe, and just talk.
True. Speaking of talking, can I ask one last thing?
Of course.
If someone working at the airport asks me something I don't understand, what is the most polite way to ask for clarification?
Good question. You can say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that more slowly?" Or, "Could you explain what you mean?"
Perfect. And if you need to tell them you are learning English, just say, "I'm still learning English, so please speak slowly."
I'll definitely use that one.
You're going to do great on this trip. You're calm, prepared, and asking all the right questions.
Thanks. I feel more confident now.
That's the goal. Airport English isn't about big words. It's about simple phrases, patience, and breathing.
And maybe a friendly conversation.
Exactly. I can really start talking to you.
True. By the way, I see people holding different kinds of passports. Does that matter here?
Not really. Everyone just needs a valid passport. Some countries need visas, but if you're already here, you're probably fine.
I checked everything 3 times before leaving home.
That's the right thing to do. What about boarding groups? Mine says Zone 3. Does that mean something important?
It just means you'll board after zones 1 and 2. It's not a big deal. The boarding order doesn't change anything inside the plane.
Good to know. Sometimes it sounds complicated.
It's not, it's just organization.
Okay. Another thing I'm curious about. Sometimes when people talk at the airport, they use expressions like carry-on, personal item, and check a bag. Can you explain those?
Sure. Carry-on is the bag you take with you inside the plane. Personal item is a smaller thing like a backpack or purse. Check-a-bag means giving your suitcase to the airline so it goes under the plane.
Clear and simple. I like your explanations.
Thank you.
Do you think we'll board on time?
Probably. The staff looks relaxed. When the staff looks stressed, then you worry.
That's a funny metric.
It works.
Okay. You know, I always feel like everyone else knows exactly what to do, and I'm the only one confused.
Trust me, nobody knows what to do. Airports are confusing for everyone.
Really?
Yes, people just follow signs and hope for the best.
That makes me feel much better.
Good.
This is the first time I've had such a calm moment in an airport.
Sometimes the waiting area is the best part. You sit, relax, breathe, and just talk.
True. Speaking of talking, can I ask one last thing?
Of course.
If someone working at the airport asks me something I don't understand, what is the most polite way to ask for clarification?
Good question. You can say, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that more slowly?" Or, "Could you explain what you mean?"
Perfect. And if you need to tell them you are learning English, just say, "I'm still learning English, so please speak slowly."
I'll definitely use that one.
You're going to do great on this trip. You're calm, prepared, and asking all the right questions.
Thanks. I feel more confident now.
That's the goal. Airport English isn't about big words. It's about simple phrases, patience, and breathing.
And maybe a friendly conversation.
Exactly. Thank you for helping me, really.
Anytime. We're on the same flight anyway. If you need anything during the trip, just ask.
I will. This was, honestly, the best part of my airport experience so far.
Mine too. Waiting is always easier when you have someone to talk to.
That was a great dialogue between Michael and Sophia. I really liked how natural and calm the conversation felt, even though they were in an airport, a place that usually makes people stressed.
Yes, and they covered all the important stages of airport communication, using simple English that learners can really use in real life. Now we're going to break down the most important phrases and explain how they work in everyday conversations.
1. Michael said, "Is it okay if I sit here?" This is one of the most polite ways to ask for permission to sit near someone. Very friendly, very natural. You can use it in airports, buses, cafes, almost anywhere.
And it's better than just saying, "Can I sit here?" because "is it okay if" sounds softer and more respectful. Another way to say the same thing is, "Do you mind if I sit here?"
Yes, that one is great too. And if the seat is taken, people usually say something simple like, "Sorry, someone is sitting here." Sophia replied, "Of course, go ahead, no problem at all."
This is a friendly and open response. Go ahead is extremely common. It means yes, you can, but in a warm, relaxed way.
And no problem at all makes the other person feel even more comfortable. Other versions include, "Sure, feel free." "Sure, go ahead." 2. Michael said, "I always feel a little awkward looking for a seat in airports."
I love this because it's honest and relatable. Many learners think they must hide their true feelings, but expressing small discomforts like this actually creates connection.
Exactly. And the structure, "I always feel a little," is very useful. For example, "I always feel a little nervous before a flight."
I always feel a little confused in new places.
Great patterns for learners to copy. Sophia replied, "Me too, honestly."
This is simple, natural, and encourages connection. Me too is such a powerful phrase because it immediately builds a sense of similarity.
And adding honestly makes it feel more conversational and real. You can also say, "Same here. I feel the same way." 3. Michael said, "I've been checking my boarding pass like 10 times already."
This line is funny and relatable. People often exaggerate like this in English to show nervousness or habit.
And it uses a great grammar structure. "I've been" plus ing verb, which expresses ongoing action. Learners can use this in many situations, like, "I've been studying English every day."
I've been waiting for a long time.
And the key phrase boarding pass is essential at airports. It's the document you show to enter the plane. Sophia replied, "That's normal. Everyone in airports does that."
This is reassurance. She's saying you're not weird, you're not alone. It helps calm the other person.
And we use "that's normal" very often in English conversations to make someone feel better. You can also say, "Don't worry, that's totally normal." It's normal. Everybody does that. 4. Michael said, "Is the gate number always written on the boarding pass?"
Great, clear question. Simple grammar, useful vocabulary.
The phrase, "is it always," is an easy way to ask about rules or habits.
Yes, learners can use it like this. Is it always this crowded? Is it always this slow? Is it always this confusing?
Perfect structure for everyday English. Sophia replied, "Usually yes, but sometimes they change it."
This is important because airport information changes often. Usually yes is a soft confirmation. Not too strong, not too weak.
And "but sometimes they change it" gives realistic expectations. A similar phrase is,
It depends.
exactly. 5. Michael said, "I always hear words like boarding time, but I never really understood what they mean."
This is so common for English learners.
"I never really understood" is a very honest, natural phrase.
Yes, and useful for many contexts. I never really understood this rule. I never really understood that expression.
Also, the phrase "I always hear" shows exposure without comprehension, a normal part of learning.
Sophia explained clearly what boarding, boarding time, and zone mean. What I love is how simple her explanation was. She didn't use difficult vocabulary. She used short, clear sentences.
This is exactly how learners should explain things too. Short, direct, simple.
When someone asks you something, think, how can I explain this simply?
Now, let's take a look at some of the most important vocabulary from the airport conversation. These are words and expressions that travelers hear all the time, and knowing them will make your experience much easier.
Yes, and we're going to explain them in a simple, practical way so you can understand not only what they mean, but also how to use them naturally.
1. Boarding pass. Let's start with one of the most important words in any airport, boarding pass. This is the document that allows you to enter the airplane. Without it, you can't board.
Exactly, and it usually shows your seat number, your gate number, your boarding time, and your flight number.
Examples: here's my boarding pass. Do I need to show my boarding pass now? I can't find my boarding pass. Many learners confuse boarding pass with ticket, but they are different. The ticket is what you buy. The boarding pass is what you use to get on the plane.
2. Gate.
A gate is simply the place where you wait to board your flight. Every gate has a number or letter, like 18A or 32B.
And it's very normal for gates to change. That's why people keep checking the screens again and again.
Example sentences: is this the gate for the Toronto flight? Has the gate changed? I'm waiting at gate 32A. 3. Carry-on. This is a small bag you take with you onto the plane, something you carry. That's why it's called carry-on.
It's usually a small suitcase, a backpack, or a laptop bag.
Examples: is this bag small enough to be a carry-on? I only have one carry-on today. My carry-on needs to fit in the overhead bin. And overhead bin just means the storage space above your seat. 4. Personal item.
This is another type of bag, smaller than a carry-on. Examples include a purse, a small backpack, or a camera bag.
And the good news is, most airlines let you bring one personal item for free. Examples: this backpack is my personal item. Can I bring a personal item and a carry-on? 5. Check a bag.
To check a bag means to give your suitcase to the airline so they can put it under the plane. You won't see it again until you arrive.
And the phrase checked bag refers to that suitcase. Examples: I'd like to check this bag. Is there a fee for a checked bag? My checked bag is too heavy. Heavy bags are the classic airport problem. 6. Boarding time.
This is the time when people start entering the airplane. It's usually 30 to 45 minutes before the departure time.
And it's different from departure time. Examples: what time is boarding? Boarding starts at 10:25. I don't want to miss the boarding time. 7. Zone.
Many airlines organize passengers in zones. Zone 1 boards first, then Zone 2, then Zone 3.
That's just an organized order. It doesn't change your seat. It just changes when you enter the plane. Examples: what zone am I in? They're boarding Zone 1 now. My boarding pass says Zone 3. Now, let's move on to some cultural tips. These are the little things that make airport communication smoother, easier, and less stressful, especially if you're traveling in an English-speaking country.
Yes, because vocabulary is important, but culture explains how people behave, why certain phrases sound natural, and what people expect from you in different situations.
1. People in airports are usually stressed, and that affects communication.
One thing to understand is that airports make everyone a little tense. Even native speakers feel pressure when dealing with lines, security, time limits, and documents.
Exactly. That's why people tend to speak quickly, walk quickly, and sometimes sound short or rushed. It doesn't mean they are angry or rude, they're just focused and stressed. So if someone speaks in a fast or serious tone, don't take it personally. It's normal airport behavior.
2. It's completely normal to double-check everything.
This is a very important cultural point. People constantly check their boarding pass, gate number, and time, again and again.
Yes, it's part of the culture. Even frequent travelers look at the screen many times. Nobody will think you're insecure or inexperienced.
In fact, checking often is smart. Gate numbers and boarding times change sometimes.
So when Michael checked his boarding pass many times, that was realistic airport behavior.
3. Asking for repetition is normal and acceptable.
Many learners feel ashamed when they don't understand something, but at airports, even native speakers ask for repetition.
Absolutely. Announcements are fast, people speak with different accents, and there's background noise. So asking, "Could you repeat that?" or "I didn't catch that?" is totally normal.
Nobody will judge you. People expect it.
4. Politeness is key, even when you're confused.
In English-speaking countries, politeness at the airport is extremely important. Even a simple "excuse me" or "thank you" can make everything smoother.
Yes, staff members respond much better when travelers are calm and polite. If you're respectful, they will usually help you more.
And if you make a mistake, wrong line, wrong gate, wrong time, saying something like, "Sorry, I'm still learning. Could you help me?"
Makes everything easier.
5. People rarely talk to strangers at airports, but small talk is welcome.
Airports are strange spaces. People don't usually start deep conversations with strangers, but light small talk is totally acceptable.
Yes, talking about the weather, the flight, the gate, delays, these topics are always safe.
And Michael and Sophia's conversation is a perfect example. Small talk becomes helpful, friendly, and supportive.
Now that we've explored the vocabulary and the cultural side of airport English, it's time to give you some simple, practical sentence models you can use right away in real situations.
Yes, and the idea here is not to memorize everything. Instead, we want you to notice the patterns, the structures, because once you understand the pattern, you can change the words and create your own sentences.
Exactly. We'll give you real examples, and then you can customize them based on your flight, your destination, or your situation.
1. Basic phrases you can use while waiting at the gate.
Let's start with simple conversation openers. These work when you want to talk to someone sitting next to you.
For example, "Is this the right gate for the flight to Toronto?" Or, "Do you know what time boarding starts?"
These are easy because you're talking about a shared situation. You're both waiting for the same flight.
And you can personalize them, like, "Is this the right gate for GA278? What time does this flight usually board?"
2. Asking for information.
Airports make people nervous, and questions help give clarity. Here are simple, natural ways to ask for information. "Excuse me, is boarding already started?" "Excuse me, is this line for Zone 3? Do I need to show my passport here?"
These are short, polite, and easy to remember.
3. Talking about your situation.
Sometimes you need to explain something about yourself. These structures work perfectly.
"I'm still learning English, so please speak slowly. I'm traveling alone, so I want to be sure I'm in the right place. I'm nervous about flying, so I double-check everything."
These sentences are honest and create connection.
4. Rescue phrases when you get nervous.
If your mind goes blank, and it happens to everyone, use one of these rescue phrases.
"Sorry, could you repeat that? I didn't catch that."
Could you explain that another way?
"Can you show me what to do?"
These phrases help keep communication flowing even when you don't understand something.
5. confirming information politely.
Airports are full of confirmations. You want to be sure you understand correctly, and that's why these phrases are essential.
So the gate is 32A, right?
Boarding starts at 10:25, correct?
This is the line for Toronto? Using right or correct at the end makes the phrase natural and polite.
6. Asking for help.
Asking for help is normal. Everybody does it. Here are simple structures.
Excuse me, could you help me find my gate?
Could you point me in the right direction? Can you check if this is the correct boarding pass?
These are super helpful in real airports.
And that brings us to the end of today's episode. You learned useful airport phrases, real conversation examples, and the cultural tips you need to feel confident when traveling.
Now it's your turn to practice. Try repeating the dialogue, listen again later, and use these phrases the next time you travel. Real improvement comes from small, consistent practice.
Tell us in the comments where you're from and if you've ever traveled using English. We love reading your stories.
And remember to subscribe. It's free, it supports our work, and it helps you stay consistent with your English learning.
Keep practicing, keep improving.
And we'll see you in the next episode.